Okay, so this is part 5, nerve cell communication lab video. So we're talking about cell communication, but take a look at these cells. These are nerve cells. You have not seen anything like this yet. The cells we have been looking at are round, oval, with the rectangular plant cells. Well, this is the shape of a nerve cell. Okay, it's adapted this way for a reason. They're really neat. They carry electrical signals, and that's how they communicate. The signals are called impulses, and impulses travel in a one-way direction. The nerve cell or neuron detects it on this end. These are called dendrites. You'll learn later in the year. We're going to do an entire unit about the nervous system, so you'll get more in depth in this. But for now, the cell communication piece is what we want you to look at the nerve cell. So the dendrites take in the information. They carry an electrical signal called an impulse. It kind of moves along this part of the neuron, and then it exits here. Now, two neurons do not touch. It may look like they touch, but there's a microscopic gap there, and here it is enlarged, called a synapse. So we're looking at the end of one neuron. So this impulse goes comes to the end, and then it releases these molecules called neurotransmitter into the synapse. The neurotransmitters go across the synapse, and if it's the right shape, it will, the receptor, the receiving cell, will receive that and start the new chemical impulse on the next cell. All right, so there's a little great diagram of it. On that changes in receiving cell function diagram, so they're talking about when it enters here, this channel, the sodium ion that we've learned about, will start the next signal. So if you look at this diagram, there's a question in your lab, whether it's F or H. In this case, the transport protein has been opened up. Okay, the neurotransmitter came in, it opened it up, the sodium was allowed to flow across and start the next signal. In this case, the neurotransmitter has not opened it up yet. So there's going to be a question in your lab about that. Also, if you look at the actual model, this would be the sending cell, okay, at the end of the neuron. I know the shape isn't exactly like a neuron. And here is the receiving cell. Again, they don't touch. So these beads would be like the neurotransmitters, right? And the red beads are the ones that we figured fit, correct? So when the red bead goes in, it opens it up, and then the sodium goes across into the cell and starts the next impulse.